Madness. We've sorted out the my MP3 disorder there.
Okay, so it's ready to go next.
Just as well, we didn't hit the button then. It was a very rude song by the Cramps.
Was it?
Yeah, Elvis something Christ. It wouldn't have been.
No.
Hey, Mr. Phil Tufnell is with us, ladies and gentlemen. Former King of the Jungle. Phil, were you King of the Jungle? You were, weren't you?
I was king, yes, mate.
Exactly. I told him that.
I got it wrong.
He thought you were Kerry Katona one or something. Was that must have been another year?
I was king.
Were you?
I've got the crown and the silly bit of wood
king
that
of
they
the
gave you.
forest.
You know what they should do? They should, to keep it going, they put all the kings that have been in back in again.
Wow.
Kings and
So
queens.
you, Joe Pasquale, Kerry
Start a
Katona.
whole new race.
Yeah.
Make them breed.
Jungle people.
Who would you go for first if you had to breed with the former members, right? And this is purely in the fantasy world. This is not in any way.
Pasquale.
Right? You got Pasquale, you got Katona, you got Jordan. Did she win? No, she was in there.
No, but
we'll put her back in for you. Okay. All right, just for the hell of it. Who else was in there?
Myling Class, she didn't win.
Myling Class. There was Tommy Baldwin there, Cannonball.
Carol Thatcher, she won.
Carol Thatcher. That would be good. You see a little bit of brains. It'd be
Also, a bit of
clever
class. A
children.
bit of class. I like Carol Thatcher.
Yeah,
she's
I'm very
nice.
good at fruit and veg.
So we've established that then. What now? Well, why don't we talk about that before we talk about anything? Because this young fella Matt Willis just came out, and in the Celebrity Get Me Out of Here, he had to eat some of the worst things I think they've ever given anyone.
They were dodgy, weren't they?
Kangaroo's bottom area.
And the crocodiles.
Was it
Thingy area.
crocodile's pizzle? I think a Shakespearean word for this pizzle.
Pizzle, yes,
Yeah,
the crocodile's pizzle,
It was the pizzle, and we'll call the other thing the twang, shall we?
Yeah.
It was a kangaroo's twang and a crocodile's pizzle. What did you eat? Any twang? while you were in there?
I had to eat live things. I don't know what I'd rather eat. I don't know whether I'd rather eat dead things or live things.
It's the size of them. Did you eat the witchetty grub?
I ate the witchetty
That
grub.
did. They
Gotta
still
nip it off
looks-
just behind the beak.
And what does it actually taste like in your mouth?
I didn't let it linger. Funny enough.
You must have had a little bit of a taste. I just imagine that your years of abuse, you've killed your taste buds, haven't you? They could give you
I
anything.
rolled it
to chew
around
on.
the mouth, and it was quite nice. Peanuts. It tasted a little bit like.
Does it taste a bit peanutty?
A little bit nutty.
That's not so bad then. And do you crunch any organs? Are there any organs inside it? Or is it just...
No, it all just sort of like explodes.
So it's a bit like it's like an oyster.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. A pussy oyster.
It just sort of fills the cheeks.
And who did they tell you the history of the witchetty grub? Who was the first man to decide to eat the witchetty grub? I imagine he was probably an Aboriginal gentleman, very hungry.
Who invented the witchetty
No,
grub?
who decided to start
God,
eating them?
I think invented the witchetty
Yeah,
grub.
but was there a tradition of witchetty grub eating? Do they have cookbooks? and
Very
stuff?
good for you, yes. No, the Aborigines, they're very nutritious, full of protein, and they keep you going on long walks across the desert.
And did you go on any long walks? No, you just were trying. You had to. But it was a great experience, really, wasn't it?
It was good laugh.
How many years ago was that now? Must be about 4 years, wasn't it?
About 3 or 4 years
Wow,
ago, yeah.
that's quite a while,
No, it was
isn't
good, man. It was good.
If they asked you to go back, would you do it again?
Yes.
It was fun like that.
Yeah, it was good. First class travel to Australia's always handy.
No, not anymore, apparently. They put them in business now. Yeah. ITV, it's all about the profits.
Oh, no.
As you know, if you watch them late at night. Do you ever play those shows? Do you ever get tempted by those shows where it's like, which answer this question now? Phil's Tufnell's second name is A. Tufnell, B. Mouse, C. Algonquin. What's that?
I don't know. I haven't seen those
You never
shows.
seen those videos?
No.
You don't watch
Play,
them?
Is it the
isn't
Mint?
Yeah, the
Mint.
Oh, is
That's
it the Mint?
They're terrible, aren't they?
Yeah. I always thought it was a play, though.
Well, there's all those sort of things.
Well, because it says, doesn't it, on the old Sky when it comes up, doesn't it? It says, ITV Play the Mint.
Yeah.
Well, it's on every
Well, I
night.
suppose it means you can play it.
Oh, right.
Okay, how are you doing life-wise, Phil? How's life for you?
Life
How's the
is all
family?
good for the cat, mate. It's all good. Yeah, no, it's good.
Christmas all sorted?
Looking forward to Christmas, going back over to Australia on Boxing Day again. Cheer the boys on to stop getting a 5-0 drumming.
How much of the cricket have you been actually watching, Phil?
I've just come back from there. I
So
saw
you've
the
been
first
watching
two
it?
tests. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
doing some work for
Just
Channel
because you've
9.
been out there doesn't mean you've been watching it. I know you well enough to know that. Just because you've been in the same town as where they're
Well,
playing.
I've got a little lunchtime show over there with Channel 9, so
Okay.
you're right. I see it up till lunch, and then I go back down the beach.
How lovely. That's a pretty good life.
It's a
isn't
good
it?
show. It's good, yeah. It's a good time.
Channel 9 Australia. And so we are playing. Early on, I didn't realise, because I said, who are we playing? I thought we were playing Indian gentlemen, but we're not. We're playing Australian gentlemen at the moment.
Yes,
aren't we?
in Australia.
In Australia, funny enough.
But just because we're in Australia doesn't mean we couldn't play Indian over there. could we?
No, but not the Ashes, because it's either here or there.
I didn't
Yeah.
understand
That's how
that.
it works.
So I didn't know that. So we only ever play. It's only us versus Australian. Then?
Yeah. It's always been like that.
I really didn't. I
What
didn't know
are you
that,
doing
Phil.
to me, mate?
I didn't know it.
Come on.
How can we have
it's
a competition?
the biggest cricket
But
series
why
in the
against
world.
just one country?
Because it's the tradition of it all and everything. That's where cricket started, England versus Australia. With the Ashes, when the bloke burnt the bail and put them in a little pot.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So we only ever played Australians for years.
Yes.
And now we're going back.
And then everyone else started coming along.
But don't the other countries feel a bit angry that we don't invite them to join in?
Well, no, we do play other countries now, but at the beginning it started
can't they
with
come
us.
and have a little bit of the Ashes action?
Well, no.
So
they
all these
can't.
years we've been losing it. Australia have always been winning it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
only
annoying.
Australia.
How annoying is that?
I know.
So it can only be won by us or Australia.
Yeah,
Correct.
It's like Oxford and Cambridge boat race.
Yeah.
But that's different because there's
Durham
only
just
room for
can't
two
nib in and
boats
sort of
there.
like really run fast by them. You know?
I
I
think
mean, one or
that's-
the other, mate.
I can't believe it. That's. I'm shocked now. I've learned something today.
There you go.
Is this true, or are you making
No,
a
it's
joke
true.
for me?
It's true.
I can't believe
And that's
this is
why
true.
it's the little pot with the
Right,
ashes
okay,
in.
we're going to play a record and then we're going to check if this is true or not. Because I don't believe you. I think you two are having it.
It's all on the DVD, mate.
Oh, nice. Phil the Cat Tufnell presents Tuffers Ashes. Greats, geezers and gaffs.
Yes, and
Okay.
it's a bit of history in there as well about
Yeah.
how it all started.
So if I watch it, I'm going to watch this.
Watch it, mate.
I'm going to watch it, not for entertainment purposes, for educational purposes.
It is very educational.
All right, okay. Do you like cricket still?
The greatest game on earth.
Okay, we're going to... No, let's play
You
my
ready?
thing. Okay, we're going to try
You ready?
it. Here we
I've faded
go.
it up.
Here we
Press
go.
it.
Press it, and we're going to try this now. Frank Sinatra. Let's hope this works. No, he's gone to the next one. Okay, no, I've got it. Here we go. Here you go. This is Mr. Success. Frank Sinatra from the Rat Pack album. It's a great song. That was great, wasn't it?
It was great, yeah.
God,
Mr.
Phil, I've never seen him so active. Do you know? I mean, it was granddad dancing, but he was all over the place there. Arms going out, waving.
That's good dancing.
Do you like to dance, Phil?
I do.
Yeah. If you're out at the party, what sort of music will get you on the dance floor?
Sort of dance music. No, dance music.
Do you do the robot?
I'll do all the stuff.
Can you do that?
Big box,
What, the
little
big box, that's
yeah,
not
well,
dancing.
Yeah. All the
Electric shock?
Okay, yeah. All that stuff going on.
Yeah.
Body popping.
If you're away from home, if you're in Australia or somewhere, if you're working, when you're away and you're in a bar, if the karaoke kicks in, will you get up and join in on that?
No, I'm not very good at singing. No,
Can't do the karaoke?
no, I can shout a few sort of late at night. You know what I mean? Poorly.
Most people who do karaoke aren't that good at singing.
No, well, no. Most people who do karaoke, I find they're always the ones. Oh, let's go to the karaoke bar, and then they'll get up there, and then everyone go, "Oh, aren't they good?"
I
You know
hate
what
that. That's so annoying. If you are a good singer, you shouldn't do karaoke.
No,
if you're
I
a proper
agree.
singer, there's nothing worse than someone hogging the karaoke because they're a good singer.
And he loves it.
All right, Tuffers, Mr. Phil Tufnell is here with us. Phil the Cat Tufnell, to give him his proper full name.
Meow.
He's got Tuffers Ashes out, which is all about cricket. I have just betrayed myself terribly. I didn't realise that the Ashes was only between England and Australia. How did
What
I
do
get
you
through
like,
life not
man?
knowing that? I
What
didn't
do you
realise
like, man?
I only barely pay attention. So when
Did you
we
not
beat
go to
them,
school?
well, I knew we beat them last year, and I was quite excited.
Well, we did beat them.
but I didn't know it was as big a deal as that. I thought we beat Australia. I didn't know why people were making such a fuss about us beating Australia, and that's why, because they're the only ones we can beat. Isn't it?
It was a massive deal, and it's all gone horribly wrong.
Well, was it unexpected last year?
Yes.
And it was on our home turf. So
I know. I went down to see some of it.
I know. It was
Well, you
brilliant.
didn't know why you were going then?
No, I knew they were playing cricket. I didn't know it was only.
It's all gone horribly wrong over there now.
But now, is it because of that open-top bus that we gave them when they came out last time? Is that why it's gone wrong? It's all
You
gone to
see,
their heads a bit?
As you see, you get the bus out, you give it the large, it comes and bites
that
you on the
would-
bum.
Too much, too soon.
Too
eh?
much.
So that's like they're about a big band. They came out, they had a big number one hit to start with.
Yeah.
Now it's like second album time. We're going, that's not so good. Could you put some more work in?
I know. Poor boys. It's a long old trip when we get slaughtered.
They
down
started badly, and then it kind of got a bit better, didn't it?
there. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, they've done all right. They haven't turned up, to be fair. They haven't really sort of played to their potential at all. And Australia have really kicked up.
Well, they really want it better, don't
Well, they do.
always.
They're absolutely fanatical about it over there.
And why are our fellas not quite in top gear then?
Well, you're not going to know what I'm going to talk about. Though, mate.
How dare you? How
I
condescending.
think they're a bit undercooked.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I felt, from watching it, I saw that both of them looked undercooked to me when he was out there.
He was undercooked. We were undercooked.
That flat Flintoff looked undercooked.
And injuries as well, and also we should have played Monty from.
Is he the
ball
gentleman
one.
with the beard?
Yeah,
is he a Sikh gentleman?
I think so.
I think he looks like a Sikh to me because I thought we were playing Indians and I thought he was on the other side. I saw a picture in the paper today and I thought he was a rival, but he's on our team.
He's on our team, and he came in the third test, and I think he should have been playing in the first or at least the second test, and he's gone out there and he's done really well.
Wasn't I just saying that to you? Yes,
you
that's
were,
what
yeah.
saying that.
Selectorial.
Why didn't they bring Monty out early? Is his name's Monty?
Monty Palliser.
Great. Monty, he looks like a happy fella. I like the look at him. He's very good. Is he good at the bowling and the batting?
No, not very good at the batting.
No.
So you kind of specialise, don't you?
Well, yeah, it's good if you could do both.
Yeah. Well,
that means you're an all-rounder.
What were you?
Jono.
Were you an all-rounder?
No.
What were you best at?
I was best at bowling.
Sleeping,
Yeah.
I heard.
And very poor at batting and very poor at fielding.
We're going to put another track on. We'll be chatting to Phil Tufnell some more, not just about cricket, because I think I've exhausted my knowledge on the subject. My vast encyclopedic knowledge of cricket. We'll be chatting to Phil some more after the news, but first, have a listen to this. That was good, wasn't it?
1 minute 34. Bromhead's Jacket from Sheffield.
Jacket, and took us perfectly up to the news. 88 to 91 FM, this is Radio 2 from the BBC. That's good. Who was that?
Snow Patrol.
Yeah, I thought so. It was very, very good. I like Snow Patrol a lot. Phil Tuffnell's, Phil Tuffers, I called you. Phil Tufnell is with us, also known as Tuffers. He's got a DVD out for the Christmas period. If you have a cricket fan in your life, it would be, I would have thought, just about the single best thing you could buy them, short of winning the Ashes for them.
Very much so.
Which we are going to lose. And from the sound of things, someone told me, and I know very little about this, but someone told me that you're the reason we're losing.
What is that?
Because you made a speech.
Oh, yes.
When we won last year.
Yeah.
And that so fired up and upset the Australians that they vowed they would use that. They would gird their loins. And they're a fearsome and competitive bunch anyway. And that it was Tufnell's speech and Mr. Ricky Ponting, is that right?
I upset them. I got a phone call from Australia saying, it's the Alan Border Medal. And I didn't know what the Alan Border Medal dinner was all about. And so he's just sort of like sent this script over and I'm sort of slagging them all off, going, nah, thanks, Ricky, for dropping a catch and everything like that. And then I later find out that it was shown. It's like at the Sports Personality of the Year Awards.
What, in Australia?
In Australia. And so they're all sitting there patting each other on the back, and all of a sudden, last 5 minutes, old Cat comes up and starts digging them all out. I really did hack them off.
And what did they say to you afterwards?
They weren't happy.
Well,
with
why
me
did you
at all.
do it, Phil?
I don't know.
Why didn't you stop and think about your
I
actions?
didn't realise.
Okay, and so now they said that we're going to use this, we're going to store this up in the memory bank.
Yes.
And it's going to inspire us to greater victory.
So
And what's happening this year?
it's all my fault again. Even though I'm not playing, it's still my fault.
Yeah, but it's quite a good thing, though, isn't it? I bet you wouldn't have changed it.
Oh, it was hysterical. I've been trying to wind them up for 20 years, and I did it without even knowing it.
So, Phil,
Yeah.
why are we so rubbish at cricket?
Why? Well, we're not rubbish. We did all right. We're doing all right. We're second in the world, mate.
Yeah, we're second out of 2 teams from the sound of things.
No,
you got the West Indies.
Got the West Indies.
India.
Okay. Have we played them
Pakistan.
recently?
Bangladesh.
Have we played them
Zimbabwe.
Who have we played recently?
Pakistan, we lost to them. We lost to
But we're
Pakistan.
not as good as
Did
we
we?
should or could be, perhaps. Would that be
well,
fair?
Perhaps not. I don't think that we got. I'll tell you what I've seen. When I was over there, what I saw the difference was England didn't go out there in a positive frame of mind, you know.
And why not, do you think?
It's
Why?
a mind game.
As all sports, you know, as you know, Phil, I'm sure you've heard about this, I'm a very, very accomplished tennis player. And you know why that is? My brain.
Yes.
Yeah.
My brain, it's as simple as that.
You've got to focus and you've got to be in the right place.
It's a muscle that I exercise on a regular basis. But it is something about that, isn't it? It's being in the right frame and actually being in a kind of upbeat and positive.
You've got to be positive, and it's very difficult against the Aussies because they're very good at looking down their noses at you, and it does put you off your stroke a little bit, and you've got to be right in their faces all the time.
Do they wind people up? Do they say things?
Yeah,
Do they accuse your mother of doing things? Do they shout things about your parentage? That
Very
kind of
rude
stuff?
things.
Sledging,
they say
it's
out there.
called.
Sledging.
But why is it called sledging? I've never understood that.
I don't know. Sledging.
And when they do it, I mean, afterwards, it's all they say it's just all a joke. But do they get nasty in the sledging? Is it quite personal?
It can be quite personal sometimes.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's best not to bear.
Without breaking any kind of like broadcasting rules here, what sort of sledging came your way? Can we say what something said?
yeah, I mean, you know, lots of effing and blinding. A funny one was, Tufnell, can you lend me a brain? I'm building an idiot. Now that was actually quite a funny one from an Australian. That made me laugh.
That's a very good one, and that could be reused. That's good like that one. You just put any new name in there.
That's right. So those kind of sledges
And
make
was
me laugh.
this came from the players?
This came from the wicketkeeper just as I walked out of bat.
That's very good.
So I'd just taken my guard like that, and it was Ian Healy, and he went, "Hey, Tuffers, can you lend me a brain? I'm building an idiot, mate."
And just as you look round and go, well, that wasn't
Hey,
boom, the ball comes past. Now we know the secret. So when we're teaching kids at school, we're teaching them how to play cricket, we need to teach them sledging.
We need to teach them how to cope the other side off.
Tuffers, that's what you want to bring out next year, Tuffers Book of Insults. Okay, cricketing insults. All right, now you've got Christmas night up, you're saying you're going to go back over to Australia after Christmas.
Yeah, we're going back. I'm going back on Boxing Day, so looking forward to that. Melbourne and Sydney, 2 fantastic test matches, best 2 test matches.
And you must have been, I would have thought, out there this time of year before as well, so you know what to expect.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty hot out there this time of year, isn't it?
It's very hot.
And is that why you've come back here in England? You seem to have picked up a cold already and you're wearing a very thin jumper.
I've got a very thin jumper. I'm freezing it.
It's like sitting next to one of the sort of minor characters from Dickens. It's like someone who died off early in A Christmas Carol. It looks like an old homeless tramp from like 1890 has wandered in. Fortunately for you, I've been sent a Daymark thermal vest.
Oh,
out of the
fantastic.
goodness of my heart, I'm going to hand it over to you.
I might just whip that off.
Okay, yeah. Look, here it is. Look,
fantastic. Oh, it's a beauty.
It's quite
nice,
stylish.
Oh, it is.
Quite stylish. I'll give this to you.
Oh.
Obviously, if the people from Daymark wanted to send me another one, that'd be nice.
Lovely, thanks,
That's
mate. Nice little sort of pink.
Are you going to put it on and model it for the ladies here in a minute?
Well, I might do later.
They look kind of vaguely interested, but not that excited.
wasn't too much going on.
All right, let's put something else on and listen to while we chat with Phil. What are we going to play?
This is the Ronettes.
Ronnie Spector and the Ronettes. What a great sound that was, wasn't it? Phil Tufnell is with us. Phil the Cat Tufnell. He's got a DVD out, as I said already, called Tuffers Ashes. It's all about the greats of cricket. It's also about the various characters we've known over the years, and about the mistakes and cock-ups that happened out there on the pitch, I guess.
Yes.
Is there a poetic word, a phrase for the cricket arena, like you have the Field of Dreams in America? Okay, we talk in boxing. You call it the square ring, I believe. You know,
what about the Gladiators Arena?
Oh, my!
I think that's what it's called.
For cricket?
Yes.
No, a bunch of Nancy's in white trousers, right? And they call it the Gladiators Arena.
It's fantastic.
The most you have to face is a little bit of kind of extra thumbing on the ball or something.
Hey, listen, mate, you don't want to get one of them.
Have you ever
catching the groin?
When you bowl, did you not know any of the good tricks about how to rub it in a certain way?
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Well, you do
What do you do with it? What do you do? I'm not saying you did it. I'm saying what have you seen other boys
you can
doing?
lift the seam. You can pick the seam, and
So if you unpick a seam of a ball, what happens with it?
No. You can lift the seam, so when it hits the pitch, it digs into the pitch more because you've raised it.
Oh, right.
And then you can reverse swing it by scuffing one side of the ball. And
So you scuff up one side, and it makes that much of a difference.
Oh yeah, no, very much so.
How do you lift the seam, though?
You just
With
get
that
your
time?
thumbnail up and just flick it round.
Not that Phil would know.
No,
You've seen
not that
other
I have
people
He
ever
never
done
did that.
that.
No, it was all natural, but
He
it's
started a
straight down the
table.
line, mate,
Probably
Your
on
Honour.
Australians do that all the time, don't they? They're famous for it. They invented it. They invented it.
Never
didn't
lifted the seam.
they? So that's quite. And if someone finds that a seam has indeed been lifted,
In big trouble.
but do they know that you did it? Can't you say someone else did it before?
Well,
they get the
yeah.
ball?
Well, it's usually the bloke who's bowling with it has done it.
Yeah. But I know
Yeah.
that. I know that. But I'm
Yeah.
saying, can they use as defence? Saying,
I always
I
said
put
I
it
know
down
that.
for a minute. I put it down for a minute.
Yeah. Where's photographic evidence?
Don't say you always said that. We're trying to keep you in the clear. I'm just saying, if someone were to say, I always said that. How many times were you accused of this heinous crime?
Oh, never.
All right, who are the best characters, apart from you, who are the best characters in cricket that you've met over the years?
Oh, blimey. Well, Ian Botham's got to be up there. He's a good lad.
Yep.
And the old boys, as I say, on the DVD, there's some great black and white footage just to see how it used to be played. And they're all sort of, you know, like when you see them getting a wicket, they're all high-fiving and, yes, come on. Like
Even way back when?
No, in the old days, it was like, oh, is he out? And you'd go down there and you'd shake the hands, you'd shake everyone's hand very lightly, and you'd go, jolly good. And you'd almost sort of pat the batsman off and go, you know, bad luck.
Wouldn't that be lovely if it was that way again, Phil?
I know, it would be. Gentleman's game, you see.
Yeah, see, but not anymore.
Fred Truman's on there as well. He's a fantastic interview there with Fred Truman.
Who was that one? Who was that slightly bonkers one? The one we met once together. Who was that? The old cricket player who used to...
Who's that?
With his wife. Who was that?
Oh, Jeffrey Boyd.
Jeffrey Boyd. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't remember his name. What? I was just trying to remember his name. Jeffrey Boyd.
Good miming, that was. That was a good mime.
I think he was a left hook as well. God bless him. Is he still with us?
Yes,
he's still commentating.
Yeah.
He's still bonkers as well.
Yeah, he is, man.
He gets quite angry with everyone.
He is.
I
Very
mean,
Yorkshire.
He didn't strike me as the most popular fella on the team.
No, perhaps not. But the kind of bloke you'd have on your side, though.
He cared about the game and he
loved the game.
gave it 100%.
Very much so.
Yeah. Phil, it's been lovely seeing you again. As I said, the DVD Tuffers Ashes is out. I wouldn't, if you know, I know I've got a friend of mine who's a big cricket fan, so I'm going to give him this at Christmas time. And the great thing, obviously, is I didn't have to pay for it. But if you have a cricket fan in your life, I can't think of a better gift from this year than Tuffers Ashes is out now on DVD. Phil, have a great Christmas.
And yourself, boss.
Hope to see you in the new year. And if we do win the Ashes this year, make a gentler speech, will you? To the Australians. Okay, take
I'll
it easy.
keep my
Phil.
mouth shut.
Good to see you.
Tell 'em, mate.